Morning, Obi. Let's go and have a look at Barry. So I've already been under the car today, and I've already had Obi under the car with me helping. So let's put all of that and all of that back in there. Hey dog, you two going to be on spanners today or what? Let's get this running. Maybe not today. G'day everybody and welcome back to, I think it's Thursday. I'm not sure, it's Thursday, let's call it Thursday. It's wet and it's raining and it's steamy and it's typical let's rebuild the car kind of weather. So today we're going to start putting Barry, the B2600 back together. It originally came apart because it did a head gasket. We also then discovered the timing chain was loose and the timing cover was cracked. So we basically stripped it to bits. So what I'm going to do is give you a bit of a walk around, show you what we've got, what we're going to do. And then through the day, as I get each bit done, I'll come back and show it to you. I'm not going to show you every single nut and bolt because there's about 1 million to do. And also, you're all smart people. You know how to do stuff. And if you don't, you'll work it out. So let's go for a wander. I'll show you how it is and what we've got. It is a bit dark in here. The sun's supposed to come out later, which will be good because there'll be some light. But let's go for a wander. So I've got my 2 assistants today, and that will be exciting at times. So here we go. Let me put some light on the situation. I'll try to. All right, so what we found is that the head gasket was buggered in the middle between 2 and 3 and was starting to go between 1 and 4 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Everything up the top looks pretty good. I have put a flat edge over this and it's not too bad. The other problem we found is that this tensioner was all the way up at the top and therefore this chain was slapping around. So I've done that up. I went and sought some advice, and the advice was to just put it down firmly without putting pressure on it and do it up. Still thinking about that one. We've still got to clean some schmutz off. One of the other concerns I have today that might slow us down is that this pipe here, which is the heater bypass pipe, has a flexible O-ring in there that keeps it sealed. Now whether that still holds after all this will be an interesting question. So that's that one. And then over here on the head I have another problem in that I can't get this thermostat housing off. I can't get it off because this bolt is stuck. Now, oh look, it's raining again, awesome. I'm still thinking about that one, whether I do it back up and change that out later. I've tried the double nut theory on this stud, can't get that undone. So what I'm potentially going to end up doing is taking the thermostat housing off, taking the switch out, taking the other switch out, and potentially just warming this component. The other thing I might be able to do is try and get this seal out and push it down on the bolt, but reluctant. So that's later in the day. Today's first mission is to fix the timing cover. So we've got the sump off. As you can see, there's a little bit of schmutz in there. So this is the old timing cover, and the crack was up in here. There's also a crack here and more forming around there. So picked up a new second-hand timing cover, which is a, oh, look at that dog, 77 bucks. Pretty happy. It's a bit dirty, don't care. That's the new seal for the crankshaft. Oil pump feels good. So these have the oil pump in the timing cover. So that's the oil pump there. And the intake goes there. So my first job today is to get the seal in and then put pick up in and then start putting the timing cover back on. So we'll see you shortly. Okay, so the camera doesn't show it, but it is now almost genuinely dark at 9 o'clock in the morning. So timing cover's done, seal's done, slightly down inside the groove. Use the old seal just to push it in. All right, we'll give that a nice clean before I put the pulley back on. Sorry, get the light out of the way. So the new seals are on. These, everyone knows I love goop. These are a dry fit. I did some Googles and put a final little bit of tension on these two. I can still move the chains so they're firm but not super tight. That's the seal for the water pump, which we'll do shortly. So my next challenge is to work out which ones of those bolts there fit in this cover and then put the cover back on. Okay, timing cover's back on, and we're never ever talking about that again because of this bracket. So that's the oil pickup bracket, and it would not go in without loosening it off. So now I'm going to tighten it back up. Righto, timing cover's back on. Had some dramas with the oil pickup bolt, and I'm short a bolt at the bottom, and I don't think that bolt there is right. But for now, I'm just going to go with it. So my next job is to get the sump back on, and I'm having dramas with a jack creeping. So I'm jacking the engine up to work underneath it, and the jack's creeping. So I'm going to have to prop it somehow. So I'll get that done, then we'll start working on the sump. Righto, so first up, check it fits. Now, being cork, it's a little bit squeezy, but all the holes are where they're meant to be. So I'm going to bang some goop on, and then goop, gasket, goop, and then get under it and try and see if I can get 400 bolts in before the goop goes off. Wish me luck. Okay, so I've got a little helper, and we're just about ready to put the sump back on. That bolt there was a problem, but that was my doing because I had to get it off and I manipulated it. Everything else is pretty good. I am having dramas with which bolt goes where with the timing cover, but we'll get through that. So next up, goop on sump. Oh look, and the other dogs come for a visit as well. Okay, a couple of hours later, here's where we're at. Got the front timing cover back on, got the harmonic balancer back on, got the water pump back on. Everything's only loose. I'm still trying to sort through bolts and nuts and shit. Got the sump back on, nipped all the bolts up, sat the engine back down, and now I'm going to put the bottom side underneath back together. Probably end this episode here. There's that light again. I've got to clean the head gasket off and just give everything a bit of a once over. I don't want to leave a bolt loose. I've still got to find the power steering pipe nut and washer, which I've put somewhere safe, and fix this wire on the alternator. So anyway, that's day one, or session one. Come back after lunch and we'll do session two, which is to put the head back on and try and solve that problem. See you later. G'day everybody, welcome back to the afternoon run. I will split these up, they'll be too big otherwise. I'm trying to keep this shorter than normal. So where are we at? Let's have a look. So at this point I'm done under here. The cross member went back in, took some doing. I just needed a punch to line the holes up. Sump's back on. That was its usual challenging self. And we've started to put the peripherals on. The head is back on. I did that off camera because it's one of those jobs you want to be concentrating on. All the head bolts are down to 60 foot-pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've still got to do these two little ones up here, remembering that this is where the timing cover cracked. I did have an issue with a bolt that was too long and I couldn't find a home for it. I found a home for it, but I'm watching out for where that might go. Next up, do these two bolts up, cut these cable ties off, put the distributor back in, and then just try and turn it over by hand and make sure that before I go any further, there's no chaos.